What's going on, everybody? It's your boy C-Zar, and we are talking about Dogecoin today. Hit that like button, subscribe if you want to see more content. Shout out to iCigar. I actually meant to make this one for you yesterday, and I just spaced it, man. We're at 10.7 cents right now, right? I had a lot of chihuahuas yipping and yapping at me whenever we were up here, right? I actually called whenever we had this pump. I was saying we're probably going to go back below 10 cents at some point. I was actually calling for 7 cents. I don't know if we'll see 7 cents. It is possible. It is possible. But whenever we had this move, you guys were chirping even louder. Well, here we are, right? Dogecoin never fails to disappoint in disappointing people. That's the name of the game, man. I think Dogecoin is going to see new all-time highs. I'm going to just stop right there and say that I think it's going to see multi-dollars in price by the end of this cycle. I have no doubt that it will. I'm very confident in that, okay? Actually, there was something Tesla recently, they started accepting Dogecoin for other things besides just merchandise, I'm pretty sure. Actually, let's look it up. Doge News Tesla. Let's just look. The new feature came from Musk May 9th. Yeah, 2024. I mean, that's not like super recent, but relatively recent, right? Tesla customers can now spend Doge to the Tesla wallet, send Doge to the Tesla wallet in exchange for merchandise. It's not just merchandise, or maybe it is just merchandise. I don't know. But yeah, you can buy things from that in itself is not new news, but Tesla does have a wallet in exchange for merchandise. I don't know. It's just some new stuff that Musk is implementing in Tesla with Dogecoin. To me, it does show that he hasn't abandoned the project or forgone it. He's obviously not working on it. It's not his project, but he definitely does like Dogecoin. And he himself has gone on record, actually, I want to say, has gone on record to say in Twitter, in X Spaces, I want to say X. People are like, I'm going to call it Twitter because that's what I know it as. But it's like, dude, it's X. He bought it. Twitter was BS, you guys. Twitter sucks. X is freedom of speech. It's X. Give the man the platform he deserves. It's X. But whatever. Call it whatever you want. I really don't care. I just do it out of respect for Elon himself, man. But not that matters. He's never not like he would ever see this video. But anyways. He's definitely, he holds Dogecoin. He's said it multiple times, live and recently this year. But I'm alluding to what I'm trying to talk about, which is actually the long-term aspects of Dogecoin. Okay, if we look at the all-time history for this thing, which I love that TradingView finally gave it to us, instead of just having it on the Bittrex chart, we actually have an accurate all-time history of Dogecoin. You can see, right, that in this phase, let's just say from this low point to the place that it like really started to break out, it's about 136 weeks. 136 weeks that you were in this range, and arguably, debatably, you're actually in this range for even more. But let's just say 136 weeks. Okay, you were in this range here. Let's just say from this low point to here, it's about 110 weeks. Again, debatably, you were in it for even longer. Like, who knows? That's about 140 as well. Maybe it is 140, but like 100, 136, something like that, right? We're in our low point here. Right now, we are at about 107 weeks. You guys, even if we were in this range a little bit longer, right? It's 115 weeks. We're getting close to the end of the range. But one thing's for certain, back when we were at these highs that had me very confident that we were going to go lower, is that we're not out of the range yet. We're not even actually close to it, right? We've probably got until the end of this year before we're at the point that we're looking to break out of this range, right? Sometime in November, December, maybe even January of next year before we're breaking out of this range. Dogecoin loves in these phases to pump and then slowly dump, and then pump really fast, slowly dump, pump, and then be super boring. And then when it's at its most boring, people give up on it. Boom! Like the phoenix, it rises from the ashes. Same thing here. Pumps, dumps. Pumps really fast, dumps pretty fast, but slower. Pumps, dumps. Very, very boring for a long time. Dumps, pumps, very, very boring. Everybody's like, Dogecoin's a joke. It's over. Boom, it pumps. It's no exception, right? Here it is. And actually, right above this 123 moving average, that's kind of where it resides right before it is about to pump. And I do think we're getting there. We're in July, but I think it's going to be somewhere at least at the earliest November, if not December or January, the coming months this year or next year. this year's November, December, next year's January. Somewhere in that 3-month period is when I would expect that we do see Dogecoin doing its Dogecoin things, pumping like this. A lot of people are like, Dogecoin's a dead coin. It's not going to pump. Elon Musk controls the project. Elon Musk does not control the project, you guys. I mean, this was back in May that he made this comment, right? Or he made this adjustment with Tesla and the Dogecoin wallet, and Dogecoin has dumped since then, right? He does not control it. He's talked about Dogecoin on X Spaces. He's talked about Dogecoin this whole range. Where's this? If he controls it, why didn't he just send it to the moon? You know what I mean? Because he wants to mess with people. That's not good enough. That's exactly what the media says. So you heard that from the media, and you're repeating it to me and to other people, right? You're not thinking for yourself. Actually, look at the data and think for yourself, right? That's all I got to say, right? And I encourage, not just with Dogecoin, but with anything, right? Don't take the media's word for it, man. Don't take my word for it. Do your own research. Come up with your own conclusions. Because oftentimes the media is wrong, and it's going to mislead you, right? You're not coming at it. People think that when they hear things in the media that they're educating themselves. That's not the purpose, man. They're definitely not trying to educate you, I promise you. But enough of that. Something before I get into the more short-term analysis of where I think Dogecoin's going to go, and actually why I believe Dogecoin will be my next purchase, and then we can go over the long-term aspects, of course, is Bitcoin. I want to compare it to Bitcoin. Yeah, let's compare it. BTC USD index, new price scale. Here we are. We're going to put it in logarithmicize it. Boom, there's Bitcoin, okay? What I'm going to do, I do this every time that I talk about Dogecoin in the long term. I'm going to put a line right here, not at the low point, but right when it starts to do Dogecoin things, when it really like starts to break out, right there, right? That's fair, right? You can see where I'm going with that, right? And I promise I have a purpose to this Bitcoin chart as well. I'm going to shrink it a little bit so it's less overbearing on the overall chart as a whole. Maybe shrink this one too so it looks easier on the eyes. I hope that looks easier, right? All this boring, we started to pump, boom, right there. Not at the bottom, but right whenever it starts to break out, okay? Now what I want to do, maybe we can even put it on a monthly. No, let's do a weekly. Yeah, I'm sorry, I know, giving you guys a headache here. Now Bitcoin found its low here, its first low here. This was the 2015 bear market, right? 2015 going into the 2017 highs. It did have that double bottom. I'm going to say the bull market started here for Bitcoin, okay? And we'll actually make this, let's just make that line gold. It's golden, okay? Beginning of the bull market. Bitcoin, and actually, you know what? I'm going to take this line away. We're not even going to use the lines. I made it gold for no reason. We're going to measure from the point that the bull market started to the end of the bull market, okay? It was 120 bars in, or 120 bars total. Dogecoin only started to do Dogecoin things 83 bars in. 80, 120, that's about 2/3 of the way through the bull market that Dogecoin actually started to be bullish and started to move up, okay? It's going to do the same exact thing again. Bottom of the bear, right? Beginning of the bull, okay? And this one lasted 152 bars, whatever, however much you want to say. Maybe it only lasted 120 bars, kind of like the last one. Dogecoin here didn't start until like yet again like later in the cycle, right? It started 107 bars after the cycle started. And I mean that was the low. The cycle I guess didn't really start till here, but I mean debatably close to 80, 90 bars there as well. But depending on how you want to take this from low to high, 152 going to 100 out of 150, that's about 2/3 as well. 2/3 in of the bull cycle for Bitcoin, that's when Dogecoin started to pump. That's where this green line was, okay? The bull cycle for Bitcoin, this cycle, right, here's the low, here's the end. We are about 86 bars in right now, okay? 83 bars, 86 bars, 106 bars, whatever. I expect Bitcoin's bull cycle here, I'm going to shrink it down a little bit more and move it. I expect that the bull cycle will go until October or around thereabouts of 2025. Okay, somewhere in this time range. That's 152 bars, which would put Dogecoin for 2/3 again at about 100 bars. Okay, so let's just say 100 bars. That's about October. That's actually even earlier than I was saying previously. We're in July now, but this would be the earliest, personally, that I would expect Dogecoin to start doing Dogecoin things. Okay, which means being that it's July, we have August, September, October, roughly 3 months, right? Because it's not even halfway through July, so roughly, right, all of July into August, September, October. We have about 3 months, a quarter of a year left before Dogecoin starts to do Dogecoin things. What has it done before? And I'm going to delete this stuff now. Actually, I'm going to delete the Bitcoin stuff too, because that point is no longer relevant. I mean, it's relevant, but we have it in our heads now, right? We don't need it anymore. What has Dogecoin done before it broke out? It was very boring. It saw a pump sometime before, and then it dumped slowly, and it was very boring, and it hovered around the screen line. It saw a pump sometime before, and then it was very boring, and it hovered around the screen line before it started to pump. It saw a pump sometime before, probably, hopefully, maybe, and it moved down, and it's hovering around its screen line. This chart, you guys, by the way, Dogecoin did not need Elon on any of these moves, on this pump, on any of these pumps here. Elon started talking about it like back in this range here, right, and throughout this range, but he also talked about it here. Elon does not control the price of Doge, and I'm sure he's not even the largest holder of it, honestly. He hasn't, I don't think he's actually disclosed how much he holds. Maybe he's one of the largest holders. He's one of the richest men in the world, but I don't think he does. I don't know. I don't think the richest men in the world are the largest holders of meme coins in crypto. Even if it is the best meme coin, I don't think that's how rich people stay rich. Personally, they buy things like Twitter, or they create companies like the Boring Company or SpaceX. But let's see. Now we're gonna get to the exciting stuff. Okay. First and foremost, again, I want to go back and say we're near it. We're very near it. I don't think Dogecoin's going to continue to move down. We have probably 3 months left or more. I'd say anywhere from 3 months to 6 months left. Okay, it depends. Before Dogecoin starts to pump, before it starts to do Dogecoin things. It does not need the whole market cycle to do these things, right? It actually tends to do it toward the end of the cycle, as we've just seen. But I do think it's going to be boring. I think, perhaps we go a little bit below the screen line, which is at 9 cents. Perhaps we go down to, we could go as low as like 7.5 cents, maybe 8 cents. When I see the price of Dogecoin below 10 cents, that's what I'm going to buy. Every single time it's below 10 cents, I'm going to take it as an opportunity to buy. That's what I'm going to do. I don't care if it goes to 8 cents, 7 cents. I don't care if I'm buying at $9.99, right? I'm going to buy every single time it goes below 10 cents from here on out, because I think Dogecoin has a lot of growth to go still. And I think when it happens, it's going to be, it's going to be phenomenal, right? This cycle, from the high to the low, okay. Dogecoin came out on its original pump back in January of 2014 to the low there. Went all the way up to its 1618. It went just above it, but it went right there, right? Just above its 1618. The golden ratio itself, boom, nice. You actually came back, found support on your 886. Very common thing to do whenever you're seeing deeper extensions, which you did. You saw deeper extensions. From this high to the low, come on now, there you go. You broke above your 1618 again. The initial pump actually went up to your 1618, and I would actually say Dogecoin, even without Elon, probably would have gone up to this area. It might not have happened as fast. It might not have been exactly like that. I think that because of Elon, it got more attention, and I do think that it pumped more overall. And I do just want to say, special little shout out. I'm not going to drop names or anything. This, I promise you, this has nothing to do with anything that I told anybody in the Discord earlier. I'm not making fun of you. You know who you are, right? We hashed this out earlier. I've said these exact same things that I'm saying in this video and what I said in Discord every time I talk about Dogecoin, okay? I promise you, my friend, I'm not making fun of you. I do not single people out. I don't aim to make enemies. That's not who I am. Like literally, the whole purpose of this video is to try and educate people and hopefully give them a better understanding of at least my opinion, my perspective of what Dogecoin is going to be. The whole you're listening to the media thing was not directed towards you. Okay, that's not directed towards you at all. That's something I've said throughout the whole time I've talked about Dogecoin. So I hope if you heard that, you at least made it this far to understand that it's not relative to you. There's no hard feelings. I hope there's no hard feelings. I don't aim to upset people. That's not my goal, okay? I aim to educate if I can and be educated. If I'm trying to educate and I'm wrong about something and someone says something in the comments, I will come out the next day in the next video and be like, oh, I was wrong about this. Thank you, this person, for educating me. I want to be educated too. I want to help people learn things as much as I want people to help me learn things, okay? So feel free to drop any information that I'm missing in the comments. I really do appreciate it. I love constructive criticism. Criticism in all forms is an opportunity to become a better person, to become a better version of myself. So first and foremost, if anybody's taking this personally, you're taking it the wrong way, I promise you. But all-time high to all-time low, broke above the 1618 again. Both cycles, this one just a little bit above, this one we demolished it. And it's probably because of Elon, probably. He doesn't control Dogecoin, but he put it on the map, absolutely. Most people actually heard about it, took it more seriously because one of the richest men, probably the richest man at the time, was talking about it. 2272, right? This is post or pre-COVID. Actually, no. This is post-COVID. That's crazy. I have my time frames all out of whack. But 2272, pumped all the way up there. Okay. Alluding to the great secrets, the great mystical secrets of where we're going to go this time. So at a minimum, we've hit our 1618. At a maximum, we've broken just above the 2272. I don't believe this cycle we're going to see the 2272. I don't. I've checked out the market cap. It's crazy. The 1618 is already crazy, but the 1618 is at $3.95 essentially. $3.95. If Dogecoin goes all the way up there, it will likely do what I think it did the first time, which is go just above it. It'll go just above it. So I'm going to call for a $4 price for Dogecoin, okay, by the end of this cycle. I think it's going to achieve $4. If it doesn't achieve $4, I certainly believe that it will break $2, even break $3. I think that it will. I think that it would at least break $3 based off of what we've seen previously. Okay, everything about this chart also, right? I want to look at this chart for what it is on a monthly basis. Everything about this chart is bullish. It's the most bullish chart in crypto. It's not the most bullish chart right now of the cycle, but in crypto, other than Bitcoin, this is the most long-term bullish chart that there is. There's no other chart that looks like this that's been around this long. None of your Kaspas, none of your XRPs, none of your Litecoins. Ethereum's a pretty bullish chart. I'll give it that. Actually, let's give an honorable mention to Ethereum here. Let's see. ETH SUD. I didn't mean SUD. I meant USD. A little dyslexia of the fingers there. I mean, that's a pretty bullish chart. Not gonna lie, that is a pretty damn bullish chart. So I don't know. Maybe Ethereum's got Dogecoin beat, and obviously it does in market cap. But other than the top dogs, there's no other chart with this long of a history that looks this bullish, right? I have no doubts in my mind. I have no doubt in my mind at all that you would at least achieve your expected fib areas, which are anywhere from $1.50 to $3.94. And I genuinely do think that you have a very solid chance of hitting $4, maybe even beyond that. We'll go over what the market cap would be. Yes, it's like close to $600 billion. Yes, it's insane. But I think the OG meme coin, supported by one of the smartest people of our generation, one of the wealthiest people of our current time, I think that it has the potential to go there, right? It's also on another note, it's one of the handful of cryptocurrencies that exists that you can actually buy real world assets with, okay? You can't do that with every crypto. You can't even do that with half the cryptos in the top 100. But you can do that with Dogecoin. Okay, so it's more than just a meme coin. And by the way, it is inflationary. It's absolutely inflationary. Yes, it is. But the rate of inflation that it has is less than the dollar. I think it's even less than Bitcoin right now, right? Like the rate of inflation, we can do the math on that in a second, but it's so small. And the way that the inflation works is it's a constant rate of coins that are going to be inflated. Imagine you have a supply of 100. We'll keep the number simple. And every year you print one, okay? That means after year one, you've got a 1% inflation rate. And then next year you have 102. Well, 1 from 100 is 1%, but 1 from 101 is actually a little bit less than 1%. As time goes on, the rate of Dogecoin's inflation is deflationary. Dogecoin is not deflationary, it is inflationary, but at a deflationary rate. The rate of its inflation will decrease as time goes on. It'll always be inflationary. But that number, whatever it is, people are like, it's like 15 million or 150 million. I forget how many coins get pumped. I think it's 15 million roughly a day that get produced in the market. That number will become less significant as the supply grows, because that number will never change unless the devs change it. But as far as I know, that's not going to happen, right? I don't think it would happen. But we're talking at a minimum from the current price, let alone if you buy below 10 cents like I'm thinking, that's a minimum of a 14.4x gain to potentially a 21x gain to potentially where I'm thinking it's actually going to go is going to be about a 37x gain. Okay, 37x for Dogecoin. I think it could go higher. Let's do the math real quick. Okay, let's do the math, and then we'll do the math on the rate of inflation too, just for funsies. I know these videos are probably boring, right? I'm a little bit animated. I probably lost some people, but let's do this. This is fun to me, man. Let's go to Google Calculator real quick. Google Calculator Dogecoin. What was I just gonna do? Right. The market cap. Okay, so first off, how many Dogecoins are minted every year? Sure, or let's do every month. Okay, no, if we have every year, we can just divide that by 12. Around 5 billion a year. Okay, so 5 billion divided by 12. About 416 million. Okay, so 416 every month. Dogecoin, it topped off last time in May, which is a little bit early in the cycle, right? May, June, July, August, September, October, November, 6 months earlier. We have 6 months to go, right? If I think Bitcoin's going to top off in October of 2025 or thereabouts, 6 months prior to that would give us 9 months left, because that's 15 months, right? 15 months is October, 9 months would be April. Let's just say it does what it did last cycle. When did it top off this cycle? It topped off the same as Bitcoin, and it did this cycle too, I believe. Let's actually see. I know I'm going over a bunch of things. It might be confusing, but I need to do this for my own sanity here to make sure that I'm not getting things wrong. Okay. If you can't follow along with it, don't worry about it. It's not a big deal. November. Okay, so actually 2 out of 3 highs. This high was the only one that it didn't, but these two, and it's probably because it grew so much in a short amount of time, it just couldn't continue. Both of these highs were actually at the same time as Bitcoin. So I'm actually going to nix this idea. I think that it is going to be 15 months, like closer. Let's even say it's a little bit earlier. Let's go with August, 13 months. Okay, we have 13 months left, and it is still the beginning of July, right? We're not even halfway through. So let's say a full 13 months. 13 months, I guess actually, so that'd be 5.416 billion more tokens. Okay, all that to say, 5.416 tokens. 5.416 billion tokens. The current circulating supply is 145 billion. Let's just round. Okay, 145 billion. Actually, you know what? Let's not round. Let's be very precise. Let's be extraordinarily precise. 145 billion. 046316. 046316. 383. Yeah, 383. That's how many tokens exist now, plus 5.416, repeating. So let's just say 417, 5.417, to be a little bit on the extra side. So this would be a higher market cap, right? This is the total supply that we would be expected to have. Oh, hold on. I did that wrong. Mine is 5.47 because I just did that in my head, 47. Okay, so that doesn't matter. Okay, I need to do 5.47 billion. Okay, so 547 billion. So that would be 100,000. That would be 100 million, right? 100 million. That would be 5.47 billion. Okay. There we go. That makes more sense. I'm like, how is it the same number? I was doing the math in my head and not properly inputting it on here. Okay, so we would roughly have by the time, assuming, again, this is all rough assumptions, it's not going to be 100% accurate, but as accurate as I possibly can try to make it, just guessing that Dogecoin might top off a little bit earlier than Bitcoin, also assuming maybe Bitcoin doesn't top off in October, maybe it tops off earlier too, so 13 months, whatever, if it's a little bit more than that, right, if it's like a billion more tokens than that, you know, oh my God, you know, it's going to be off by a little bit. A billion more tokens on an asset that has 150 billion, it's not even a percent, right? It's not even a percent. So it is over 0.5%, but it's not even a percent. 150.5 billion coins. Okay, that's what that is. If we multiply that amount of coins times $4, all this to say, all this to get to $4, damn, this would be the market cap at that price, we're assuming, okay? Which would be, here's 3, that's 100, that's 100,000, that's 100 million, that's 100 billion, which I said in the beginning, but we did all that painstaking math to just bring it to about $600 billion, okay? That's an insane market cap. Absolutely, that's an insane market cap. You know what else is insane? This chart. It's the most bullish chart in crypto that exists other than Bitcoin and Ethereum, right? And it's debatable even that this could be more bullish than Bitcoin or Ethereum's chart. There's no diminishing returns, right? It's just like a straight channel up. It's existed. Dogecoin has a lot versus other cryptos, okay? First off, it has disbelief. Every single cycle, it has disbelief because it doesn't show up until the very end of the cycle. People are like, oh, it was just a one-off. Oh, you know, it's just trash, right? This is a joke coin. It'll never pump. Boom, it pumped. This is a joke coin. It had a one-off. It'll never pump. It's going to zero. Boom, it pumped. Billionaire stepped in. This is just a joke coin. It'll never pump. It had that one pump because Elon manipulated it, but now it's not going to be the same. It's the same every single cycle, actually, this belief. And it looks the same. Even though, obviously, these are different accumulation periods. This is actually a more bullish-looking accumulation period, right? I do believe that this chart is one of the most bullish charts in crypto. Again, what it has going for it that other cryptos don't have, first off, is that it's got not just Elon Musk, who's a billionaire, advocating for it. Vlad Tenev, the owner of Robinhood, put Dogecoin on Robinhood for people to buy, which means he advocates for it too, right? He doesn't like publicly talk about it, but he only has like 5 cryptos that you can buy on the exchange or something like that, right? And at the time, there was only like 3 or 4, and Dogecoin was one of them. So that, in my opinion, is an advocacy for Dogecoin from Elon Musk and Vlad Tenev, both who are billionaires, okay? Mark Cuban, you could buy Mavericks tickets and Mavericks merchandise with Doge. Maybe it was just merchandise. Maybe it was tickets too, I forget. But with Dogecoin last cycle, you might still be able to buy Mavericks merchandise with Dogecoin. I'm not 100% sure. But Mark Cuban himself has even said that he thinks Dogecoin is better than Cardano, better than ADA, okay? You got 3 billionaires who publicly advocate for it. I wonder how many billionaires are interested in it that don't publicly advocate for it. How many billionaires can you say advocate for your shit coin, whatever it might be, whatever coin you're excited about? You know, like that. It's not something common. Okay, so there's one thing. Another thing, Dogecoin has existed since 2013. It's existed longer than the majority of cryptos. Not only is it still around and still relevant, it's got one of the most bullish charts in crypto. Insane, right? Absolutely insane. That's something else. It's stood the test of time, okay? Another thing it has going for it is it's the OG meme coin. The OG crypto itself, Bitcoin, is the top dog. The OG smart contract coin in the space, Ethereum, is the top dog. The OG banking token, XRP, is the top dog of its niche, right? What's another? There's other ones. The OG metaverse coin, Mana, is... I think it does have a higher market cap, or maybe it's tied with Sandbox. Either way, if it's not top dog, it's still pretty relevant, and it's an OG in its own rights too. There's more I'm just drawing a blank on, but it's literally the top dog of its parameters, which is a meme coin. It's the OG meme coin. Another thing that it has going for it is that the founder of Dogecoin, the guy that created it, he sold all his Dogecoin. You got the founder, literally the person that probably held the most Dogecoin. He's out of it, right? Most cryptos don't. The people that founded it, even Bitcoin, the person that holds the most Bitcoin is Satoshi's wallet, right? I'm pretty sure, unless Michael Saylor passed that. I don't know if that's true or not. But most cryptos, if not all cryptos, the people who found it, the people who developed it, they are the big bag holders. They're the ones that hold most of it, right? Not Dogecoin. No, it's the people. It's truly decentralized, right? And then on top of all that, again, it's publicly advocated by 3 billionaires, and you can buy real world goods with it, which most cryptos that aren't joke meme coins, they tried to have that status and they don't, right? This thing doesn't even try and it's doing it. Okay, so again, all that to say, is a $602 billion market cap possible whenever we've already seen two cryptos, the top two cryptos, right? The only two charts that might be more bullish than Dogecoin, right? Bitcoin and Ethereum have both seen over a $500 billion market cap. Is this so insane? I don't think it is. I think what's insane is that it's worth 10.7 cents right now and that we have the ability to buy it before it sees those insane gains. I think Dogecoin is one of the safest investments to make. I think it's going to be boring, absolutely boring for the next 3 months or so, maybe 3 to 6 months. And then it's going to be very exciting. And what I love about Dogecoin the most is it is the easiest thing to sell, right? All you have to do is just wait for this 1618. That's it. You just got to wait for that. Maybe you can sell it the 1414, 1272. You can start to layer out, do whatever you want. Not financial advice, not a financial advisor. Do whatever you want. But all you got to do is wait for the minimum target area that it's hit in its existence, which, it's only a few cycles to be completely fair, but about $4, right? That's the minimum target technically from what we've seen before. I don't believe this is going to happen. That's ridiculous. That's absolutely nuts. If this is 600 billion at about $4, literally, that would be $3 trillion all the way up at this 2272. I don't think that's going to happen. That is insane to me. But I do think that several coins have broken $100 billion. I think Dogecoin will be the next one to do it, or one of the handful of next ones to do it. And I also believe that it's going to be the next one, the very next coin to break $500 billion in market cap. And I don't know if I have anything else I want to say, man. It's going to move down for the current time. It's going to be boring. I'm going to buy every time it goes below 10 cents, and that's the end of that. And what's great about that, actually, right, this is from the current price, is that what I'm expecting is about a 37x from here, okay? If it goes down to just below 10 cents there, let's say you buy literally like right just below 10 cents at 9.9 cents. Oh, oops. I was like, how is it the exact same? I moved the wrong thing. Dang, that was so close to 9.8 cents, whatever. That 36x turns into a 40x, right? 36x or 37x, 40x. You can buy not even 10% lower, and you can get 3 extra x's, 3 extra multipliers out of that, multiplicatives. I don't know what the proper word would be. 3 extra x's, okay, out of it. That's all I got, guys. Hit that like button, subscribe if you want to see more. Thank you for being here. I'll see you on the next one. Take care of yourselves. Dogecoin to the moon. Elon is going to send us there in his rockets. Bye-bye.